Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That series with the Oakland Athletics could have gone better. Orioles did hold the lead in all three games, but two of the games, the first and the last game, were not able to hold the close lead. Middle game was a blowout. Very disappointing. As you can see, I'm on massinsports.com. We're going to get to an article first because that's the big news. Some of you probably know Friday, Jackson Holliday was demoted. Not hitting at all. Coming up on some tough left-handed pitching and some tightly contested races, or one race with the Yankees for lead in the AL East. Can't exactly carry somebody that's not hitting. I mean, technically you can, but it was more about playing time. Tough lefties, they weren't going to put Jackson Holliday in there. Which is a little disappointing. You would have liked to see him play in this series against the Oakland Athletics, because he might have been able to get something going. But at the same time, you do want the other guys, like say an Arias or a Mateo, who will probably have more playing time because of the left-handed hitting. You like them to get a few games under their belt before they go right into the Yankee series. So Jackson Holliday out, Ryan McKenna in. We get your other outfielder now, Ryan McKenna. All right, let's get to the first game. Oakland Athletics 3, Baltimore Orioles 2. In Camden Yards, the final through 10 innings. Henderson hitless. Did score once because of a fielder's choice. It's not a good thing here. Not going to win too many games where Gunnar Henderson is going hitless. Well, Rutschman 1 hit and a walk. O'Hearn 2 hits and an RBI. Santander 1 hit. McKenna came in. Defensive replacement. Did somewhat misplay a ball. I mean, it was a really tough ball. But had he been able to make the catch, things would have gone a lot better. Though he wasn't able to make the catch. But again, it was a tough play. Mountcastle, another person held hitless. Mullins a hit, RBI, and a run scored. Yeah, solo homer. Westberg, Ofer. Kowser 1 hit. Arias, Ofer. Heston Kjerstad pinch hit late. Nope, didn't get a hit. Yeah, held hitless. Not going to win too many games when, a Henderson or Mountcastle not going to win. Not getting any hits. Santander double, Mullins home run. Ross Stripling actually pitched very well. Corbin Burns was on the hill for this one. Pitched very well. It's just couldn't get any run support. Or couldn't get enough, I should say. 6 full innings pitched. Gives up 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. I mean, that's a great performance. You got to be able to win games like that. You got to put runs on the board somehow. Coulomb pitches 2/3 of the 7th inning. Does give up a hit. Doesn't allow a run or a walk. Strikes out 1. Cano finishes off the 7th inning and pitches the full 8th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Did all that on 15 pitches. That's pretty good. Here comes Craig Kimbrell. I guess this is what everybody was talking about. Though we'll have more on that later. Don't know how, it's because he's over the hill or washed up. Over the hill, maybe, because he's old. Washed up, I don't know. He was able to get 1 out in the 9th, but gave up 2 hits, a run, and 3 walks. Yeah, that's not good at all. Aiken, surprisingly, was able to come in and stop the bleeding. It's the final 2 outs in the 9th inning, so the game is only tied at this point. No hits, no runs, no walks, does strike out 1 in those 2 outs. Jacob Webb comes in for the 10th inning. Again, you have that extra runner on base. So, of course, Jacob Webb allows a hit and the run scores. Sad thing is, like, the Orioles weren't able to match that, because they decided they didn't. Well, Athletics have a really, an okay closer. He throws 100 miles an hour and that's about it. Which absolutely works. But at the same time, I'm not going to say that that's a good pitcher. It's just a guy going out there and throwing 100 miles an hour. That doesn't make him a good pitcher. Can make him effective at getting outs, but that's it. Maybe it's why I don't really like Felix Bautista much. Guys like this just don't last that long. Yes, it's hard to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but you know what? If you time it up right, it can be very easy to hit. And it can go a long way because the pitcher's supplying all the power. You just have to time it up. What you really need, they need to become a pitcher and get an off-speed pitch or a breaking ball to go with that. So when the hitter's gearing up for that 100-mile-an-hour fastball, all of a sudden you pull the string and they swing right through it looking like an idiot. But again, you would need to become a pitcher instead of a thrower. I think Mr. Miller is a little young, but looks like he'll get there. Hopefully his arm holds up, because that's another thing with guys that throw 100 miles an hour like that. Arms don't always hold up. So Orioles not able to push the run across. Game 2, also from Camden Yards. Well, it's a 3-game series in Baltimore. Duh. Oakland Athletics 0. Again, they're now the Oakland Athletics. What will they be later this year or next year? No. Las Vegas Athletics or something. The right now Oakland Athletics 0. Baltimore Orioles 7. Lots of offense in this one. Wish they could have put it in one of the other games. Henderson finally hitting the baseball. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Rutschman, Mountcastle, and Santander, each with 1 hit, 1 RBI, and 1 run scored. Westberg, 2 hits, a run scored, and an RBI. Mullins, just 1 hit, couldn't join the RBI and run scoring party. McCann, 1 hit and RBI. Colt Kauser, over. Disappointing. Mateo, technically an over, but he was able to work a walk, and he scored a run. Santander double, Mountcastle, Rutschman, Henderson home runs. Yeah, had the offense going today. Mateo Henderson stolen base. It's the thing with Mateo. If he gets on, dangerous. So it is kind of good that he'll get more playing time. Wow, look at this line from Cole Irvin. Oh, wow, this is why the Orioles traded for him last year. Haven't seen a whole lot of this from Cole Irvin, but looks like he might be, finding himself against his old team, and maybe that was, master motivator there for him. Goes 7 innings. Only throws 89 pitches. Wow. Only allows 4 hits. And that's it. Doesn't allow any runs, no earned runs, no unearned runs, no walks. Wow. No walks. You don't see that too much for 7 innings pitched. Strikes out 5. I think he's gotten the news on where guys like Means and Radish are in their rehab assignments. Like, oh, I better shape up or I'm not going to be in a starting rotation no more. Mike Baumann in the 8th inning. Pitches a full 8th inning. Does give up a hit, but no runs, no walks. Strikes out 1. Dylan Tate takes the 9th inning. Doesn't give up a hit or a run, but does walk a batter. No strikeouts. So, very well-pitched game this night and a well-hit game by the Orioles. sad to see that would be their only win of the series. Very disappointing, especially against the, at least as of this point. Well, let's go to this one. The 12-17 Oakland Athletics. You can only get one win. Well, that's what happens when you rely on just a few guys in the back end of your bullpen. If they fail, you're done. Especially if the offense won't get rolling. Sunday's game, Oakland Athletics 7, Baltimore Orioles 6. Yep, gave up 2 runs in the ninth. Very disappointing. All right, bang the table. Hopefully it didn't shake around too much there for you. Henderson, over. Wow. 3-game series for Gunnar Henderson, only 2 hits. Yeah, well, that's probably why you only won 1 game. Rutschman, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 run scored. Struck out 3 times. I certainly understand that he's a good player, he's a good hitter, and you want him in the lineup. He doesn't. You don't. We're starting to see this more, actually. Adley Rutschman striking out a lot more. We used to not see it, like last year and the year before and such. Now we're seeing it. I think it's starting to wear on him now. He needs more time off. You've got to find some way to put him on the bench. Just stay there. Sit there. Take a nap. Put somebody else in there to hit. I mean, you could end up getting O'Hearn more bats. Santander can DH more. Or O'Hearn can DH and somebody else can play the outfield. You're just going to have to do it. It should net us more in the long run because he'll be fresher in the playoffs. But by all means, keep doing you. O'Hearn, 1 hit, 1 run scored. McKenna, because you see O'Hearn got the start in right field. McKenna, right-handed hitter, and somewhat defensive replacement, actually does come through with a hit. It's probably the weakest and shortest hit in the history of shortest and weakest hits that ended up with the hitter being on second base. It went, what did it go? Well, maybe it went 15 feet up the baseline. Catcher fields it and just like airmails it. Partly because the lane for a runner running the first base is slightly changed. Though McKenna was on the infield, he was on the dirt the whole time. Yes, he was a little to the left of the fair foul line. But he was on the dirt. It's not like he's running through the grass at Camden Yards. He's on the dirt. So, look, I mean, your first baseman can reach how far off the bag. Just throw it 3 feet next to first base. Don't try to throw it directly into the runner. Duh. Maybe that's why they changed the lane rules. Throw it to the left of first base. But no, you don't want to do that. You want to bitch, moan, and whine and complain that the runner is running in your line, where he's really running straight from his batter's box to first base. Well, Santander, hitless, though he did walk and score a run. Mountcastle, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, run scored. Mullins held hitless, but he did get an RBI and score a run. Fielder choice was, kind of the theme here. Kowser hit an RBI. Arias hit an RBI and a run scored. Teo hit. Did walk another time. I mean, that's good. Not only is he only got 1 hit this series, but in 6 plate appearances, he got on first base 3 times. Hey, look, man, I mean, I'll take that. That's good. It's a 500 on base percentage. Or I guess no, it would be 3 for 7 as far as on base percentage, which is a different fraction. Cowser double, Mountcastle, Arias, and Rutschman home runs. More playing time for Arias as well. So he's going to get more hits. Probably. I mean, again, that's why Jackson Holliday was sent down for this series. So Mateo and Arias could get back, in their normal flow of things where Jackson Holliday wasn't taking up their playing time. What's his name? Westberg had a stomach bug in this. That's why, he wasn't in there. Mountcastle. Yes, that's right. Mountcastle and Mullins, stolen bases. Okay, Ryan Mountcastle, steal base. That's okay. Whatever. Not a great performance by Albert Suarez this time around. Third time was not the charm. Only 4 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 1. Did strike out 6 still, but did give up a lot of runs. 4 is too many in 4 innings. It really is. Aiken was able to throw 2 innings out of the bullpen. 32 pitches. It's not bad. It's pretty good. 2 4 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, no walks, strikes out 2. There you go. All right, so we're in the 7th inning now. Here comes Coulomb. Gets the first 2 outs in the 7th inning. Does surrender a hit and a run. Doesn't walk anybody and strikes 1 out. Jacob Webb closes out the 7th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Cano takes the 8th inning. Does surrender a hit, but no runs, no walks, strikes out 1. Here's where it just all went to shit. Here comes Craig Kimbrell. First 4 pitches, missed. Low. He was a left-handed batter, wasn't it? He almost hits the guy, I think. It was low and in the left-hand hitter's batting box. All 4. Just walk. Wow. That's not good. I mean, how many pitches did he throw? 14. 14 pitches thrown, only 6 were strikes. Well, 1 was hit, so that was a strike. That's not good. Kimbrell not able to record an out. Doesn't give up a hit, 2 runs, and a walk. Yeah. Dylan Tate was called on to finish the game. Or not necessarily finish the game, but finish the inning and give the Orioles a chance to bat, maybe overcome the now losing numbers. No hits, no runs, no walks, strikes out 1 for Mr. Dylan Tate. Yeah, not great. A little bit on Kimbrell here. I'm so sorry. Totally forgot. This article written here about Jackson Holliday was written by Steve Molesky. That's what happens when I do it early. Then I get thrown out of my rhythm. Oh, and I don't have the schedule loaded up. Damn it. All right, let's continue with Craig Kimbrell. It was odd to see because it's not like he was all over the place. He was missing in the same spot. He kept looking down on the mound. It almost led us to believe that he was landing in a hole and he just couldn't. Like that, the leg he's landing with it wasn't in the right spot because of a hole from how many other pitchers throwing yesterday. But, I mean, Brian Ebel is the trainer. Came out with Brandon Hyde. They noticed some things. They actually made 2 visits. One to just check on him, and then the second one ended up pulling him out. Threw a warm-up pitch with Brian Ebel right there, and, I mean, it went okay. But then, he faced more batters, and it didn't go okay. So he ends up Kimbrell actually comes out of the game with an injury. So, or at least we're calling it an injury. I mean, is it Is it an actual injury or is it something else? I mean, we don't really know. I mean, they're saying injury, so. And they're saying upper back tightness. I mean, yeah, I mean, it can happen, especially as you get older. I mean, I have back problems. Hopefully, well, I don't know. Do I really want to say hopefully it is due to an injury? Hopefully it is just back tightness. Hopefully he can overcome it and he isn't washed up. Hopefully that is the case. Really hope so. But supposedly the problems with Kimbrel in these past two outings, back problems. Hopefully that is what it is. All right, coming to this article here. Oh, I didn't say who this was written by. The article written by Rock Kubatko. I'm really throwing off my game today. The article here about Kimbrel. Come to this article here, also written by Rock Kubatko. You know what? I don't know if the John Means was in this article or was in the last article, but however, these two articles where I'm getting some of this next information from, both written by Rock Kubatko. Headline really says it all here. Kyle Bradish set to join the rotation. He last threw for AAA Norfolk Friday night, had a good performance. And like a good performance. This is not like a workout where he's giving up a bunch of runs and whatnot. He's just working on his mechanics. Like he actually pitches well, doesn't allow up many hits or many runs, if any runs. Strikes several out, goes 6 or 7 innings. So, I don't know exactly what was wrong with Kyle Bradish's arm. I don't really understand too much of that medical stuff with the arm, but apparently he's ready to go and he's set to join the rotation. The rotation is relatively set for Grayson Rodriguez Monday, Kramer Tuesday. Bradish could pitch Wednesday on regular rest or let Corbin Burns pitch Wednesday on his normal turn, and then Kyle Bradish pitch Thursday. So most likely, Kyle Bradish will pitch in this series here against the Yankees. Be Wednesday or Thursday, don't know yet. Of course, nothing's set in stone. We just assume that he's going to take a rotation spot here. We just don't know when. And another news on another starter. John Means actually, was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. It was either Saturday or Sunday. John Means pitched again. And again, just like Bradish, this wasn't one of those outings where he's working on things. He's throwing, I don't even remember, was it 80 pitches? It was 80-something pitches. Gets through the 7th inning. Only allows like 1 hit, strikes out like 6 or 7 or something. Not really going too much into numbers. I know it is only the minor leagues, but I'm trying to tell you that it's not one of those outings where Means and Bradish here, where they're just, trying to throw a bunch of pitches to stretch themselves out. And it's like, oh, look, they're ready. Like, no, their performance is also showing that they're ready. Allowing 1 or 2 runs between these two starts is great. Striking out 15 between the two of them, yeah, that's another good thing. Pitching 15 innings between the two of them, yeah, I don't think it was 15. We'll go with 12 plus. That tells us that they're ready. Now, will it work against, the Yankees or actual major league hitting? That remains to be seen, but they are stretched out. They are, from what I'm told in these articles, they're injury-free. Time for, these two guys to come back and join the team. We'll see. Kimbrel probably going on the IL. That'll free up a spot. Don't know how they're going to get the other spot. Let's get on to the schedule. Wrap this up and get out of here. Starting a 4-game series with the New York Yankees. Going to be in Camden Yards. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All scheduled for 6:35. Wow, some consistency, finally. Thursday, scheduled for a 1:05 game. No off day this week. Very disappointing for everybody, even me, because I will need to, again, 6:10. Wow, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to do it for this edition of Ryno's Orioles Report. So look for the next edition of Ryno's Orioles Report to be Friday. And we'll talk about this series, upcoming series with the Yankees. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Ryno, and this is Birdland.